one of the big things is mistakes are super expensive. These are often low margin decisions. We have a really low tolerance for error. And troubleshooting without testing is really complicated. Well, these are plans that drive real world activities. There's real people involved, and anything that people are involved in is inherently complex. And so it's really hard to have confidence in your outcomes if you don't have testing in place. So we think about optimization primarily in these three realms, so routing, scheduling, and allocation. There are many different use cases within each of those, and there are many different stakeholders involved. And they all care about different aspects of this decision problem. So as an example, if you're a decision scientist or an operations researcher, you care probably most about the changes to the model, maybe changes to a given constraint, versus if you're a product manager, you're caring about changes to the operations. Are there stops going unassigned? Are we meeting driver happiness goals? Things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. In my experience, when we were at Grubhub, we thought about, testing how different, customer SLAs, right, would impact like our dispatch algorithm, or even maybe like evaluating where Slack was in our system. Like, so, if we were to make driver acceptance, more efficient, like how would that actually impact like our KPIs? So that's super interesting. I know you've thought about this from like a completely different angle, working with the CDC during the pandemic. So can you maybe dive into like an example that's outside the supply chain space?
Yeah, for sure. So my work there during the COVID pandemic was really, I would say 99% testing. We were comparing multiple models to really help public health officials on the ground do things like schedule lockdowns and answer questions like how do we allocate a limited supply of vaccines in order to minimize spread. And you literally get one shot, no pun intended, at these decisions. So testing is super important there.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it seems like, just in general, testing is like a very collaborative, activity in this space. So, it kind of makes sense, like where, you see kind of these things be applicable across a bunch of different teams within an organization, or a bunch of different teams care, right?